Men, 911 miles, and 1 week to make a difference. A group of brave warriors known as the Shepherd's Men set out on a journey that will take them from the Freedom Towers in New York City to the Shepherd Center in Atlanta, Georgia.
I wish you could swim.
They have already served our country in Iraq and Afghanistan, and now a group of local veterans is ready to serve again.
And this time they're working for fellow veterans, men and women who've suffered the invisible wounds of war like PTSD. And to raise money and awareness, these heroes are training for an ambitious feat. They will run from New York City to Atlanta in just 1 week. They call themselves Shepherd's Men.
We could be heroes just for one day. Oh, what you say?
The group, made up of active duty and military veterans, left from the firehouse by the 9/11 memorial this morning.
We thought that this year it would be especially poignant to start where it all started for so many of us, which was ground zero.
Over the miles, they will each wear a 22-pound vest, a painful symbol of the unseen wounds of war.
They represent the number of veteran suicides per day. There's one suicide every 65 minutes, 22 per day.
It's a life-saving program, plain and simple.
Former Army medic Jared Turner of Huntington, New York, recovered at the center for 6 months after a brain injury during combat overseas.
Honestly speaking, I never thought I'd be able to do something like this again. We're moving. That's all that matters.
Mile we at?
Legs hurt.
What mile are we at?
Mile 3.
3?
Mile 3.
Almost 4.
Almost 4.
6 more. 6, 7.
Something.
Somewhere around there.
We're on a runner's high. We don't know what the heck's going on.
Every time that it gets tough and when you get tired and you get worn out, you remember what you're doing it for. You think about the veterans that haven't made it home.
Every day, servicemen and women from across our country return from the fields of combat only to fight another battle at home. While this battle may not include heavy artillery or enemy combatants, it is just as devastating. Post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD, and traumatic brain injuries are disorders that take years and sometimes a lifetime to heal. These courageous men do not run for their own glory, but for their fellow service members whose lives may be forever changed by the effects of these conditions. Today, 1 out of 5 service members returning home from Iraq or Afghanistan have been diagnosed with one of these debilitating conditions. If left unchecked, these injuries could be life-threatening. As our service members return home from active duty, it is important for them to know they do not suffer alone. As I stood in the shadow of the Iwo Jima Memorial, one of the Shepherd's Men following our run came up to me and he said, "When we go into combat, we know that we may not come back out. And I lost many of my men in combat, and I can accept that. But what's hard is when these men survive combat and they come back home and they lose their life to these debilitating conditions. That's hard to swallow." As a veteran of the United States Air Force, I am extremely grateful to the unwavering commitment the Shepherd's Men have shown to defend their fellow servicemen and ensure that they have the resources they need to begin their road to recovery.
at the gates of hell, but I stand my ground and I won't back down. No, I'll stand my ground. No, I won't be turned around in a world that keeps on dragging me down. I'll stand my ground and I won't back down. Hey, baby, there ain't no easy way out. Hey, I will stand.